Hey there, guys. Welcome to another episode of the Collective podcast. I am Haley. I hope wherever you are in this now moment, you are in a space of knowingness, or if you do not feel like you're in a space of knowingness, at least feeling like you are taking the necessary steps towards that knowingness. Now, just a quick announcement, which is actually tied into what we're going to be talking about today. I probably said talking to for a reason, and we'll find out as we continue. So, if you've been following our Instagram, we have been marketing the Honor Yourself Yoga Retreat, which is supposed to happen at the Zubaydah on the 27th of January. So today we decided in partnership and together with the Zubaydah that it was best to postpone the retreat until a later date. Now, why I said that this is tied into what I want to talk about today is because lately I've been having to face quite a few lessons, which I'm super grateful for, because the clarity is so profound for me, especially with my interactions. The more mindful you become, the more you start to notice that God does speak to you in really different ways. The universe really does send you signs and synchronicities, in form of guidance and lessons that you need to learn. So with this retreat in particular, I was pretty bummed out that we had to postpone it, but I think the lesson here is something that has been, something that I've struggled to grasp and fully learn, but I'm grateful to say that the lesson has sunk in. And as always, whenever I record these episodes in order to share an experience that I've gone through, it's solely because of the reason that there must be somebody out there who is going through the same thing. And, I find a lot of healing and power in sharing, in helping one another on this journey, because we're all in this together. We are all one, just experiencing this whole life thing in different perspectives and in different circumstances. So the lesson that I learned with this particular incident was feeling the need to rush through things. And I think I spoke about this in one of the other episodes, where millennials especially feel the need to rush through things. And I'm starting to learn the significance of this especially. So for many of you who have been listening to Collective podcast since the beginning, who have been following the Collective journey, know that I personally take healing very, very seriously. Healing for me is everything. And I'm very passionate about helping other people find ways and means towards their own healing. And for those of you who have been on a healing journey of any sort or shape or form, you may come to learn, if you don't already know this, that healing is a continuous process. Now, this is part of the lesson that I had to learn, because I feel like I've come so far in my healing journey, and sometimes I think this is the Aries in my chart, just feeling like I'm ready to go now, okay, I've learned. Now let's go. And I'm learning to really just embrace the now moment, to really just always take time to learn what true patience is, how to be patient with myself, how to give myself time to process things, even when I feel like I've already processed them, just giving myself an extra amount of time to process. Now, that's exactly what lesson really rang true for me, especially today, when we came to that agreement to postpone the retreat, because with regards to my own healing, I reached a point where I thought that, I've done it. I've really done it. Like, I've healed, I'm good, I'm ready to go out into the world again, and I'm ready to, start on all the projects that I never got the chance to start. And I'm learning with so much humility and gratitude, knowingness, that it's okay to not have healed fully. It's okay to really take time for yourself, to really step back, to really go deep down, and not only give yourself a pat on the back for how far you've come, as I said in the New Moon in Capricorn episode, that we really have come so far as a collective, but there's still so much more work that we need to do, and we need to not want to be in a rush. I feel like that's why this is tied into the message that I'm supposed to be, portraying today, that many of us just want everything that happened in 2020 to be over and just want 2021 to begin and, start off on a new slate, which is exactly what is happening. But for this new slate to be enforced and to be used in the proper manner, we really do need to stop, take account of what has happened in the past year, in the past few years, of what has been going on in our lives, what we've really learned, really just internalizing these lessons before we rush into wanting to move into the next step. Because yes, pain is not fun. The healing journey is not fun, like, so to speak. I mean, it's been enjoyable for me, but at certain points it's not fun, definitely. I think it's the after part that everybody craves, like they just want to be done with it. But I'm learning that there is so much joy that can be found in appreciation of the journey, especially because that appreciation is needed in order to help you progress with the rest of what's to come. Because it's very important to take stock. It's very important to, give yourself that pat on the back and congratulate yourself and take that time to celebrate yourself for your small wins, Yes, the big win is coming, but there is so much significance in not wanting to rush into it. And now more than ever, the saying that Rome wasn't built in a day rings so true to me. Like, now it makes so much more sense. And it's also a lesson in itself for me, in that sometimes you might give wisdom to people who are not ready for it. Sometimes you may give wisdom and, somebody understands that it is wise, whatever it is that you are telling them, and they may not really grasp it. And that's okay, because we are all on different levels of understanding, all on different levels of knowingness, of beingness, of doingness. We are all just on the same field, but we are just on different levels, if that makes sense. But we're all on the same level. I hope that makes sense, because I literally said two things that contradict. But yes, And that is something that I've had to learn as well, being really passionate about healing and sharing information that I've learned about healing as we go along. And, I realize that as much as I do want to share wisdom with people, I need to find a way to share this wisdom in such a way that it reaches different levels, or it reaches the people whom it's meant to reach. Not that it's not meant to reach other people, but I mean the people that it will resonate with. And I mean the people that are ready to grasp and listen to the message as well. Because that may lend to the fact that the patience in myself is all the more needed. The patience in ourselves is all the more needed. So this may apply to you as well, if you're in business and, you're trying to really take your business off and it's not picking up, and just feeling frustrated, feeling down on yourself, and not feeling the need to really celebrate your small wins, not really taking the time to take into account that maybe you're reaching out to the wrong people, So as I say this, I have decided to take some much needed time off that I have refused to give myself in true succession. I did try to take some time off last year for a month, and the whole year as well. I did try to take some time off, but I do realize that there is no rush. Despite what the outside world tells us, that you need to chase this and you need to show the world that you're doing something, I believe that you can only truly do something that is of substance once you are able to be honest with yourself, and once you are honest to fully heal yourself. And so, especially in my position, being someone who's passionate about healing and passionate about healing other people, I see this postponement of the yoga retreat as a blessing in disguise, because genuinely I cannot be in a position to assist people in healing if I have not fully completed my own healing. And I think my ego was really avoiding bringing that up, and being raised in this social scape that we've been raised in, that money is the most important thing. That tends to be most of our focus as a youth. I understand all of us need basic needs, all of us need to survive, but for my personal journey, you have your own free will. You can decide to do what you wish to do. I just wanted to share this knowledge in the hopes that it may raise some important questions in you as well, because as I said in the first few episodes of this podcast, that the reason why I started Collective was to share my healing journey with you. And you're welcome on this journey with me. We're going on it together, Nobody is above anybody in this space. And from that knowingness, I'm going back to what I was trying to say in the beginning, that yes, this time for me is very important. And I cannot wait to come back fully restored and fully ready to be able to deliver all of the knowledge, all of the experiences that I have been through in order to help anyone out there who needs it. So with that, I wish you a lovely, lovely rest of your now moment whenever and wherever you do listen to this message. I hope it brings you peace. I hope it brings you an inner understanding and hopefully inspires you to be more introspective, to encourage you to be more honest with yourself, to be more caring towards yourself, and not necessarily, leaning towards being a people pleaser or doing what society deems you should be doing, and instead focusing on the importance of coming back to self, of starting with self. I personally have truly learned that as much as I do want to give charity and I do want to help, I need to start by fully helping myself. And so we are going to be pausing our services for a while until I feel like I'm fully ready to get into it, and not from a space of reacting to my external, but from a space of being sovereign in myself, from a space of being honest with myself and being able to truly give all of the healing and all of the love from a space of immense healing and love on my own part. However, the podcasts will definitely continue because I definitely want to share, my healing journey as we, move on. So that's going to be continuing, but do, stay posted on our social media. I'll definitely be posting and letting you guys know when our services resume. But aside from that, there will be some new additions on the yoga directory, so feel free to pick any of the amazing yoga instructors that we're going to have listed on the website. You can contact them based on your schedule and when you're free and when you want to do some healing. They will definitely help you out with that. But as for the other aspects of Collective, I'm going to be taking a break personally until I'm ready to give them to you from that space that I was talking about. So I wish you all of the love and all of the light, healing, peace, and love. Namaste. Hey there, guys. Welcome.